So, chain welding. Somebody asked me a question about it last week on my scarf welding video, so I thought I'd do a video on this. So we're going to start with 120mm of 10mm round, which is scrap. I'll just lay the pieces on the side to preheat. When you're chain making, your next piece is always preheating whilst you're working on one piece. So to bend it, I literally bury it in the middle of the fire, both ends sticking out, and then head over to the pritchel hole and just stick it in there and bend it. Not sure why I didn't bend it all the way this time around. Normally I'll just go all the way, but I'm going a bit slower on this video so that you can actually see what I'm doing, not in competition mode. If you bend it a bit short, like I'm demonstrating here, you can bend one end a bit short. You can actually push it over by hitting on the curve, and that will bend it to where you want it to be. If you don't do that many of them, pretty much everyone will be bent with one end a little short. So there you go. Taylor's top tip for getting an even chain weld. So next is the scarf. Now you're not scarfing it like a normal scarf, you're literally doing 3 hits around the corner of the anvil, then flip over and do the other side. It's quite important to remember to flip over, because otherwise, if the scarves are both on the same side, obviously they won't meet up when you go over to the bick and bend them down like this. So this bit's a bit tricky because it tries to jump out of your hand, but there you go, practice makes perfect. And the weld. Start on the flat of the anvil, and I'm using the bick this time round. So once you set the weld on the flat, you blend it in, roll it round, drop your workpiece, swear a bit, and make sure that the scarfed area blends in with the rest of it. Now the reason you put the weld on the apex of the chain is because that is the area of least stress on the chain. If you have it down the side of the link, literally the weight is trying to pull it apart, whereas on the apex of the anvil, of the chain, the material is taking most of the stress rather than the weld. So for the second link, I'm actually going to use a proper chain maker's hardy tool. I've got a few of these, they're quite useful. They do make it a lot easier to do chain welds. But I still prefer to do it on the bick. I don't know why, I just feel more comfortable doing it on the bick. I think it's purely because that's how I was taught to do it. So just demonstrating the scarf again. Puff, puff, puff. And bend over again. Make sure they meet up. And same again, set the weld, then go on to the chain maker's hardy. And you can see in the video that it is a lot easier to do it on one of these, because you're not messing around bent double over the bick. It is purely designed to do chain welds. I've got 2 or 3 of those, and for different sizes they're quite useful. And magically a second link appears. You will notice that once again I'm welding without flux. Refer to my previous video. You don't need flux. So, third link, split it open, and install the 2 links. Then it gets a bit awkward obviously because you've got 2 links flapping around. Set the weld, blend it in, flap about a bit. When I'm doing this, it feels really straightforward, but when I watch the videos again, everything's kind of swinging around and flapping about, and it looks like I'm going at it like a vicar in a brothel. Just even out the curves. I've done quite big chain links for this video, purely because it's obviously the bigger they are, well not the bigger they are the easier it is, but within reason bigger links are a bit easier than smaller links. There we go. 3 chain links. Now, I was taught to do these in 3s, and then you just join all the sets of 3 together, depending what length you need. So once again, thanks for watching, please subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye!